This section covers consecutive integers. Let's begin. Consecutive integers are numbers that follow each other and they can be positive or negative. Let's look at some examples. Positive integers are consecutive integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Positive even integers are numbers like 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Negative integers are numbers such as -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. Even consecutive integers are -30, -32, -34, and -36. If if you begin with an even integer and count by 2, the result will be consecutive even integers as shown to the left, where you see 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. An odd integer can be obtained by adding two or more odd numbers. So, an example of odd numbers is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. The study of odd and even numbers, as well as the study of numbers in general, is called number theory. We would like to go further to talk about consecutive even integers. Consecutive even integers are a set of integers such that each integer in the set differs from the integer immediately before it by a difference of 2, and each integer is divisible by 2. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 are all divisible by 2. Consecutive odd integers are a set of integers such that each integer in the set differs from the integer immediately before it by a difference of 2, and each integer is an odd number. An example: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Let's look at how to find consecutive integers. The formula for a consecutive integer is n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, and so on. So if we let n be 1, then the consecutive integer will be 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, and 1 plus 3. Therefore, the consecutive integers are 1, 2, 3, and 4. For our integers, the formula is 2n plus 1 for the first number, 2n plus 3 for the second number, and 2n plus 5 for the third, and so on and so forth. Notice that an odd number is added to 2n. So if we let n be a positive number, it will yield an odd number because an odd number is added to 2n. 2n plus 1, 2n plus 3, and 2n plus 5. Well, what if we let n be a positive number 3? Then we have 2 times 3 plus 1 for the first integer, 2 times 3 plus 3 for the second integer, 2 times 3 plus 5 for the third. And our consecutive odd integers will be 7, 9, and 11. Even consecutive integers. The formula is represented by 2n, 2n plus 2, 2n plus 4 for the first, second, and third integers. By adding that even number to 2n, the integer will always be even. So, if we let n be a positive number, 1, the solution is 2 times 1 for the first integer, 2 times 1 plus 2 for the second integer, 2 times 1 plus 4 for the third integer. Therefore, the consecutive even integers are 2, 4, and 6. Let's try a few problems. The sum of two consecutive integers is 17. What are the two consecutive integers? Remember, the formula for consecutive integers is n for the first term, n plus 1 for the second term, and n plus 2 for the third, and so on. So if we let n be the first integer and n plus 1 be the second integer, our equation should resemble that which is on the line, which says n plus 1 equals 17. Now we want to solve for n. By subtracting 1 from both sides, we get 2n plus 1 equals 17, which leaves us with the equation 2n equals 16. Now we want to divide by 2, and we find that n equals 8, the first integer. 8 plus 1 equals 9, and that gives us our second integer. Here's another problem over to the right. The sum of three consecutive even integers is 48. What are the integers? Using the even consecutive integer formula, we let 2n be the first integer and 2n plus 2 equals the second integer, and 2n plus 4 be the third. So, our equation is 2n plus the quantity of 2n plus 2 plus the quantity of 2n plus 4, which equals 48. Combining like terms, we get 6n plus 6 equals 48. Subtracting 6 from both sides gives us 6n equals 42. And we divide by 6, therefore n is 7. Then, to find the integers, we must go back and plug 7n to our formula for consecutive integers. 2 times 7 will be our first integer, which is 14. 2 times 7 plus 2 is our second integer, which is 16. And 2 times 7 plus 4 is our third. Then 14, 16, 18 are our three integers as shown on the screen. The sum of two consecutive odd integers is 36. What is the equation and the consecutive odd numbers? I think this is a problem that you can solve. Take a couple of seconds and try to solve this problem. Okay, so let's look at the problem you tried. The sum of two consecutive odd integers is a negative 36. What is the equation and the consecutive odd numbers? The formula for the two consecutive odd integers is 2n plus 1 for the first term and 2n plus 3 for the second term. So the equation is 2n plus 1 plus the quantity of 2n plus 3 equals a negative 36. Combining like terms give us 4n plus 4 equals a negative 36. Now, if we subtract 4 from both sides, we get 4n equals a negative 40. Now, we divide by 4 and we get n equals a negative 10. So, plugging a negative 10 back into each consecutive formula for integers, we get 2 times a negative 10 plus 1, which equals a negative 19. Then we get 2n times a negative 10 plus 3 equals a negative 17. The consecutive integers are negative 19 and negative 17.